Hello, this is Rashad Mitchell coming to you live from my YouTube channel as I continue on my series on the week that was college football history and review. So, right here, history and review. I'm be doing. I think this is week 6, October 24th, 1953. I think this is week 6 when we count because I've been talking about the 1953 college football season in terms of the weeks and the games that were played during the weeks. I did September 19th, 26th, 3rd of October. So I just want to make sure I'm on the right track. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, week 6. This is week 6. Week 6 of the games that were played on October 24th, 1953. This is during the 1953 college football season. College football history and review. The week that was. Here we go. October 24th, 1953. These are the games I'm going to be talking about that took place on October 24th, 1953. Pennsylvania beat Navy 9-6, coming off a 65-7 rout of Princeton. Undefeated Navy odd easy match with Penn, which shunned typical Ivy State for President Harold Stassen's back-breaking victory with honor schedule. Quakers 60-minute defensive tackle Jack Shanafelt made second quarter interception, caused third quarter fumble that led to fullback Joe Variades touchdown at end of 36-yard drive. Ill-advised fourth down fling by Penn's halfback Bob Felver was picked off by Navy defensive end John Hopkins, who took it 47 yards to tying touchdown in third quarter. Quakers outgained Middies 229 yards to 150 yards, but needed last minute 35-yard field goal by quarterback kicker Ed Granmigna to break 6-6 tie. Penn State beat Texas Christian 27-21 with Mount Nittany shrouded in rainy mist. The homecoming afternoon's end. Penn State had to rally late in third quarter after frittering away 14-0 lead in second quarter. Nittany Lions fullback Bill Straub caught soft flat pass for touchdown from quarterback Tony Rattles, and halfback Lenny Moore raced 41 yards for touchdown in second quarter for 14-0 lead. Unflappable Texas Christian roared back on a pair of touchdown passes by quarterback Ray McCown of 7 yards to end Don Stanford, 14 yards to halfback Dave Finney for halftime deadlock. So Rattles directed 82-yard trip, mostly through air, to end Jim Garrity 26-yard touchdown catch. Back came Horned Frogs at the end. Johnny Crouch blocked an advanced punt to the Penn State 1-yard line for McCown to sneak across. Defensive tackle Gene Danzer set 70-yard trip to winning score for Lions with interception. The key play was to Rattles' 2-yard touchdown keeper was in Jesse Arnell's 21-yard reception. Florida and Louisiana State matchup ended in a tie, 21-21. Side-arming Louisiana State quarterback Al Doggett dogged Florida all game with his passes. Midway through the first quarter, Gators halfback Tommy Haddock lost fumble to LSU defensive back Jerry Marchand at Florida 14-yard line, and Doggett flipped 2 passes to set up his touchdown sneak. Florida did what it did all afternoon, came back to tie it 7-7, as Haddock made amends with 35-yard catch and run and 33-yard run to set up tying touchdown. Doggett beat the halftime clock with 4 passes. Last to halfback Charlie Oakley for 23-yard touchdown. Early in third quarter, LSU halfback Levi Johns was surprised by ill-advised lateral by Doggett, and Johns' fumble was recovered in end zone by Haddock for a touchdown that knotted 14-14. Doggett found Johns for touchdown that gave LSU 21-14 lead, and with under 4 minutes to play, Gators finally turned pass against Tigers. Quarterback Harry Spears whipped 65-yard connection to halfback Bob Davis to gain position for Davis, tying 2-yard touchdown run. The Gators got late chance on fullback linebacker Maul Hammocks bobbling interception at the LSU 16-yard line and 15-yard penalty forced long missed field goal. Next, Purdue shut out Michigan State 6-0. As sub fullback Dan Pawlowski, new started and patched up Purdue lineup, scored early fourth quarter touchdown to snap the 28-game winning streak of the Michigan State Spartans. Also, it was the first shutout of Michigan State in 59 games. Following Boilermaker's touchdown, Michigan State halfback Leroy Bolden, who ran for 78 yards and 15 carries, raced 95 yards with kickoff, but it was nullified by a clipping penalty, which took starch right out of the Spartans. Michigan State University quarterback Tom Ushik was 2 of 14 for 30 yards, and he threw 5 interceptions. Had an awful day as alert Boilermakers defense stole 5 passes. Best scoring chance for the Spartans came in the first quarter, but quarterback defensive back Francie Gutman made goal line interception of Ushik. Minnesota shut out Michigan 22-0 as the efforts of Golden Gophers Ironman turned Little Brown Jug's 50th renewal into Minnesota's first win over Michigan since 1942. Gophers tailback Paul Gill set Big Ten record by handling ball remarkable 53 times and accounting for 282 yards offense. Gill scored twice and passed 13 of 18 for 169 yards, a touchdown, 4 interceptions. Michigan fullback Dick Ballsheiser lost 2 fumbles, first coming at an own 28-yard line in first quarter to set up Gill's initial touchdown run. Ballheiser's second bobble occurred in his own end zone and handed safety to Minnesota in fourth quarter, pinned in their own territory nearly all day. Wolverines advanced to Gophers' 17-yard line on tailback Ted Kress dash early in fourth quarter, but drive fizzled on downs. Next, Notre Dame beat Georgia Tech 27-14 ahead of 7-0 at halftime. Fighting Irish players cried like babies, according to AP writer Charles Chamberlain, as beloved coach Frank Leahy collapsed in the locker room, was carried to hospital with what initially was feared to be a heart attack. But unfortunately, it turned out Leahy's severe pain resulted from acute pancreatitis. Notre Dame captain and Don Penza said afterward, the kids were so upset that all defenses against Georgia Tech's flanker play, something we had practiced on all week, looked good on in the first half, became confused. So, Georgia Tech tied it at 7-7 in third quarter with 69-yard march to quarterback Wade Mitchell's touchdown run. Halfback Bill T's 12-yard run and N. Henry Hare's 15-yard catch supplied key gains. Quarterback Ralph Galimi touchdown pass to halfback Joe Heap put Notre Dame ahead at 14-7, 4:05 left in the third quarter, which helped end the Engineers, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, 31-game unbeaten streak. But vital touchdown for Notre Dame came when tackle Art Hunter up-scrambled Georgia Tech center punter Jim Carlin to bad snap that sailed into the Yellow Jackets end zone in the third quarter. Mitchell clicked with T's 53-yard touchdown to start the fourth quarter, but it wasn't enough as the Irish fullback Neil Warden rushed 21 times for 101 yards, showing running force Tech assistant coach Frank Broyles marveled over. They have more power than any football team should have. So when you look at this week, as I go over the games, two games stand out. Is Michigan State 28-game winning streak came to an end to Purdue losing 6-0, and Georgia Tech, their winning streak that was unbeaten winning streak of 31 games. They had a 31-game unbeaten winning streak. It was snapped by Notre Dame, losing 27-14. Next, Oklahoma beat Colorado 27-20. Oklahoma trailed after its fumble of opening kickoff, which underdog Colorado converted into halfback Ron Johnson's 12-yard touchdown run. The Sooners appeared to have taken the fourth quarter over on halfback Bob Herndon's 33-yard touchdown run for 2013 lead, but Buffalo's retaliated with 80-yard touchdown drive for the 2020 deadlock. Only 36 seconds remain as OU halfback Merrill Green cut inside in, raced 51 yards down the sideline for the stunning win. Shot was performed by Mississippi over Arkansas in Memphis 28 to nothing. While Arkansas made its yards at midfield, Ole Miss defense led by guard Crawford Mims and center linebacker Ed Beatty stepped into halt Razorback probes at Rebels 3, 17, 15, 19-yard lines. Rebels went ahead 7-0 first quarter as halfback Billy Kennard from tall family tree of Ole Miss stars, also its future coach, went across from 1-yard line 5 minutes into the game. Halfback defensive back Jimmy Patton recovered foam by Arkansas wingback Phil Reginelli at Hall's 32-yard line to pour his third quarter touchdown for 14-0 Ole Miss lead. The Rebels put verdict in bank in fourth quarter as halfback Harold Lofton charged to 86-yard touchdown run and quarterback Lee Paisley pitched 20-yard touchdown pass in the last seconds. Dangerous Arkansas tailback Lamar McCann was well contained other than 40-yard completion and 30-yard punt return. Next, Rice beat Texas 18-13. Unusual twist, often framed heyday of the tightly contested Southwest Conference. This game was no different as lead changes had resulted in 3 times as far as lead changes were concerned, and Texas sub fullback punter Pat Tolar twice took intentional safeties in fourth quarter in desperate attempt to hold off the Owls. But Rice and Dan Hart took 31-yard pass from quarterback Leroy Finstemaker and slipped between pair of diving defenders to drop across goal line for winning touchdown with 56 seconds to play. Halfback George Robinson had given Longhorns 6-0 lead with 1-yard plunge in the first quarter, only to see Owls slip halfback Dickie Mogul's 9-yard touchdown sweep in 19 seconds before halftime. Texas retook lead at 13-7 on Menon Schreiber 27-yard reception in third quarter and had to stop Rice's 83-yard trip to 5-yard line before Tolar conceded first safety with less than 6 minutes to play. So, facing the fourth down from its 5-yard line on its next possession, Texas had Tolar waste time by dashing around his end zone before being tackled. Down 13-11, the Owls fullback Kasi Johnson, who ran for 111 yards rushing, brought free kick back to the Longhorns' 45-yard line with 90 seconds to play. So Rice converted third down to 31-yard line on double hook and ladder pass. Finstemaker Hart, who lateraled to Johnson, who lateraled to halfback Sammy Burke. This set stage for Hart's touchdown tumble between Texas defenders, quarterback defensive back Charlie Brewer, and halfback defensive back Delano Womack. At the previous week's loss to SMU, Owls' win kept them in the Cotton Bowl chase. Baylor beat Texas A&M by 1 point, 14-13, as the battle of undefeated teams swung on foot of Baylor. Tackle kicker Jim Ray Smith, who made both conversion kicks, while Bears halfback Weldon Holly deflected first of 2 kick attempts by halfback kicker Elwood Kettler for Aggies. When Baylor quarterback Cotton Davidson scored on sneak behind guard Pete Urban's block with 14 seconds to go in the first half, he believed his play call had been detected by A&M defense, which still couldn't stop him. Smith led Bears defense that allowed only 93 yards rushing, but was punched for 19 for 168 yards passing by Aggies quarterback Don Ellis. A&M and Benny Sinclair caught 5 passes and scored on a 17-yard throw in the fourth quarter. And finally, to conclude the week that was October 24th, 1953, Southern California beat California 32-20 as the Trojans coach Jess Hill called it our best game to date, earned by hard-hitting defense, ending up minus 21 yards rushing. California dropped 8 fumbles, losing 5 overall, 4 inside its own 10-yard line, and Golden Bears quarterback Don Paul Lawson courageously stood in against the fierce pass rush with Troy's defensive star guard linebacker George Timberlake, causing much mayhem. Southern California tailback Aramis Dandoy pinned Cal at its 4 yard line and 1 foot line at its 4 yard line and 1 foot line with quick kicks of 57 and 67 yards respectively in the first half. So USC fullback Harold Hand scored on a pair of runs that provided 7-0 lead in the first quarter and 19-0 lead in the second quarter. Late in the third quarter, Trojans faced fourth down at Bears' 5 yard line and called double reverse, in which left end Ron Miller ended up with ball to skirt right in for the touchdown. Miller had nabbed 21-yard reception earlier on 66-yard drive that made it 32-14. Bears briefly had gotten back into the contest in second quarter on touchdowns by halfback Al Talley and big end Cliff Wright. So that concludes a look at the week that was, the games that were played on October 24th, 1953. This is the week that was, college football history in review, the 1953 college football season. Now let's look at the AP poll as of October 26th in 1953 at that time. Notre Dame was number 1, Maryland was number 2, Baylor was number 3, Illinois number 4, West Virginia number 5, Michigan State number 6, Southern California number 7, Georgia Tech number 8, Oklahoma number 9, number 10, UCLA. The rest of the top 20 ended like this: Southern Methodist number 11, Rice number 12, Duke number 13, Minnesota was number 14, Army number 15, Michigan number 16, Stanford number 17, number 18 Mississippi, number 19 Kentucky, and finally number 20 Navy. So that concludes a look at the games that were played on October 24th, 1953. This is week 6 of that 1953 season. Support, subscribe, like, comment, do what you can to support the channel. This is Rashad Mitchell coming to you live from my YouTube channel. Until then, talk to you tomorrow.